Good evening. Hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas Eve so far. I want to thank you for being. I know there's approximately 1 million Christmas Eve services going on right around this time, right around this area, and thank you for choosing to be here with us tonight. And glad you're a part of what's going on here tonight. So want to tell you one quick thing. I see a lot of small faces, little kid faces out there, and we love that. And I want to let you know right now, your kids are absolutely 100% welcome in here tonight. If they're squealing, if they're running around on the pews, making noise, we love it. So don't feel like, oh, I got to get out of here. You're fine. Except that one. Sit down, man. So the other thing for your kids, there's a little activity booklet. If you didn't see it when you came in, just wave your hands around and somebody will bring you one for your kids. And if there's some things, some for them to color and a word search and stuff like that. There's a few questions in there that for them to help them kind of pay attention to what's going on tonight. Maybe pick up some things as we go through, and if they answer those questions, and afterwards, if they come out here, we got a little prize for them. And so, also, parents, if they're not quite ready for that, you can help them. There's not like a handwriting analysis or anything. It's okay if you want to help them do that and get the little prize and maybe share it with them. But we want to thank you for being here tonight, and it's just such a special service for us every year, our Christmas Eve service, and we're glad that you joined with us on it. These past 4 weeks or so, we've been studying in the book of Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. We've been focusing in on that one verse for 4 weeks now, and the series we've been going through is called Present, and we've been looking at Jesus as a present given to mankind, but also the fact that he is present with us. And I saw this story. We think about presents at Christmas, right? Any kids, you excited about getting some presents? The big kids are. I saw this story recently. You may have seen this, but the Charlotte Hornets of the NBA basketball team, they want to do this Christmas thing. It was like, we're going to do this. This is going to be a really special thing. And so they brought this kid down on the court during a timeout in the game, in the middle of the game, during a timeout. They bring this kid down, the mascot comes out, one of the cheerleaders comes out, and they give this kid a gift. And he opens it up, and it's a PlayStation 5. And apparently it's something he had wanted. And I guess they cost between $400 and $500, depending on if you hit the Black Friday sales. They're not cheap, and this kid really wanted one. So they give him this gift, and he opens it up, and he's just so excited. And so he gets this, and they walk off the court, and yay, this is beautiful, and they go about the game and all that stuff, and everybody lived happily ever after, until one of these kids' friends took to social media after the fact and let everybody in the world know that after they walked off the court, a representative from the team came up to them and to his uncle who had brought him to the game and said, hey, we're going to need that back. Here's a jersey. You can have this jersey of one of our players, but and they said, it was just a skit we were doing. We were just doing this skit. We thought it'd be cute. And they took this gift back from this kid. Now, in the aftermath, of course, they got this kid a PlayStation because you can't let that news out in the world and not do something about it. So they got him his PlayStation and some other things for his family. But can you imagine that heartbreak of this is something I really wanted, and then all of a sudden it's taken away? Maybe you've been in that situation, probably not on the court of an NBA basketball game, but at some point somebody gave you something and we're like, actually, I'm going to need that back. I made a mistake. I need to take that back. When I was a kid, we had a name for that, but it's not culturally appropriate anymore. But you got labeled. If you were the kid that gave a gift and then took it back, you got labeled, and nobody trusted you anymore. The thing about a gift or a present is when they're really given, they're not taken back. That's the nature of a gift. It's handing something over to someone. It's not mine anymore. It's yours. That's the definition of a gift. And so, one of the ways we talk about gifts is to give something voluntarily without expecting anything in return. And a word we could use, and kids, if you're following along, number 2 in your little booklet, another word we could use to describe give is to surrender. Like something that you have, you're holding on to it, and when you surrender it, you're letting it go. It's not mine anymore. You're giving it away. And so when we give a gift, we surrender it to somebody else. And tomorrow morning when you wake up, and there's going to be gifts given, and they are being surrendered. They're being given over from whoever is giving it to that other person. And if we give something and take it back, did we really give it? Not really. And so as we've been studying in Isaiah these last few weeks, we've been studying this verse. It's Isaiah 9:6. It says, "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." And as we've looked at it over these 4 weeks, we've looked at those 4 names of Jesus. He's Wonderful Counselor, He's Mighty God, He's Everlasting Father, He's Prince of Peace. And we've tried to kind of unwrap what that means each week. But tonight what I want to do, by the way, if you haven't been here, that's okay. We're not going to try to catch you up. There's not going to be a quiz. But tonight I want to actually look at the first couple of lines in that, because there's 2 little phrases that are so important. It says, first of all, to us a child is born, and then it says, to us a son is given. And there's that word, given. A son is given. Just like you give a gift, just like you're going to give a present tomorrow morning, the Son, Jesus Christ, is given. And based on what we know about giving, we know that means He's not being taken back. That gift is given freely. And we know what Isaiah is talking about, or who Isaiah is talking about, is Jesus. He would be born in a manger. That's what we're celebrating tonight, and tomorrow is Christmas, the birth of our Savior. Born in a manger in Bethlehem, raised in Nazareth by his mother Mary and his father Joseph. And around the age of 30, he began his earthly ministry, and he started going around preaching and teaching and healing and performing miracles. And he gathered these 12 disciples to follow along with him. And he went around doing all kinds of different things, and his ministry ultimately led him to the cross. Really, because the things that he did and the things that he said, they kind of made some people mad. Now, it was God's plan, it was God's design, but he went to the cross because people didn't like the things that he said and did. He didn't fit their perception of the coming Savior. He didn't conform to their view of God. He spent his time with the sick and with the poor and with the morally detestable people of the world, and that's who he was hanging out with. And so he didn't fit the mold, and so they sentenced him to death. And it's in his death that word given really gains its meaning. Anyone here ask for like a gift card or cash for Christmas? Is that, as you get a little older, that's often happens. Tomorrow when you open your gifts, and let's say maybe your family gave you that gift card, you were looking for that specific gift card, and your family member gives you that gift card. Well, in the process of doing that, they gave their money to go buy it, right? They went to the store and they spent their money. They gave that money to buy it. Then they gave you that card. They made it yours. Then when the time is right, you're going to go and you're going to buy something with it. You're going to spend that. There's really multiple layers of giving going on, right? They gave the money to get it. They gave the gift to you. Now you're giving that card to whoever it may be to buy what you're looking for. So that's kind of what happened with Jesus. The greatest gift, the greatest present ever given. He gave up his power and his position to come and be born as a baby. Philippians 2 says he emptied himself to come and take on the form of a servant. And while he was walking around on this earth, he gave himself to those around him to teach and to heal and to raise up a band of people that would go take the gospel to the world after he went back to heaven. And finally, he gave his life to pay the penalty. That card was cashed in, and he gave his life. And it was freely given. Jesus said in John chapter 10, says, "For this reason the Father loves me, because I lay down my life that I may take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to take it up again. This charge I have received from my Father." So Jesus says right there, nobody's taking it. Yeah, there were some people that sentenced him, and there were people that hung him on the cross, but he gave it freely. That's what a gift is, right? It's given freely without expecting anything in return, and it's not taken back. And so we're gonna continue to worship through singing, and we'll come back and talk about that a little more. Don't worry, kids, if you didn't get all the answers, it's okay. We're going to come back and talk about it a little more. But if you would stand with us, and we're going to continue worshiping.